Hey everybody, Chris here. In this video, we're going to talk about Dogecoin, and the bears are still in control. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And we're just over 7.2 cents right now as I'm recording this. Same price we were at on Friday when I made my last video. So enjoy doing these shorter time frame videos for you to keep you up to date on the latest, and we'll continue to add these in addition to the live streams that I do as well. So I will be live again Monday afternoon. Make sure you're subscribed, you got your notifications on, so you can know when those lives start, so you can join in, see what the latest is, and ask your questions, because we enjoy the back and forth. But right now, what I'm looking at, this is on the hourly time frame, another move down overnight to 7.1 cents. And as we zoom out, we can now see that that is a quadruple bottom that we have on Dogecoin. It's 4 shots at 7.1 cents. And that line is held. The buyers are coming in. Each time we get down to this level, the buyers are coming in. And this is from the 6.9 cent, 695 that we had back here on June 30th. Dogecoin has not gone back below 7 cents. Bitcoin continues to grind upwards in this relief rallies that do happen in bear markets, where Bitcoin grinds up and then drops down. And it grinds up, and here it looks like the weakness is forming with Bitcoin right around the 64,000 mark. And are we going to see Bitcoin trade back down? That is the big question for crypto right now, because everything pretty much is kind of following Bitcoin at the moment. So we begin. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Dogecoin stay flat amid Iran tensions. Analyst says this BTC level could ignite a sustained bull trend. So what is that level? Let's take a look and see. So Bitcoin hovering between 64 and 65 in that range. Volume surged a little bit, but it was minimal. ETH is stuck in the 1800 zone. XRP, Dogecoin moving sideways. So this is as we said would be happening in the middle of the summer of 2026. The bears still remain in control. Bitcoin's open interest fell. So again, that's a small amount, less than 1%. But it is saying that at this point, the leverage traders, the volume is dying down a bit, partially because of the constant liquidations that happen. But also, again, people are on holiday now. Things just do slow down. So we don't need to talk about Iran again. It's just on again, off again. I think the markets are kind of getting weary of the United States, Iran, Israel, everything that's going on. And we just need to get through the summer. So what does Ali say here? Looking at Bitcoin's price history, there have been very few occasions where during a bear market, it traded below the previous cycle's all-time high. So essentially, what Ali is saying is that if we can reclaim 69K on Bitcoin, that will be the flip now where he's going to be more bullish. I'm still looking at the calendar and seeing how long that's going to take before we get that. But right now, it doesn't look like Bitcoin is in any rush to get back up to 69K, which was the high back in 2021. So the same thing happened from the 2017 run up to 20K. Bitcoin in the 2022 bear market dropped below 20K, went down to 15.6 before reclaiming and then continuing in the new bull market. Could we see that happen again? So that's a good outlook. Overall, right now, this is the Bitcoin cycle that breaks most people. It's not the crash, it's the wait. It's waiting, which I said, patience is what you have to have in order to make money in crypto. Price is under the weekly 200 EMA, nothing moves, every bounce dies. Everyone slowly stops checking charts. I know there's just not a lot of good sentiment out there, particularly in crypto. We'll check on stocks in just a minute. The dip under the line doesn't punish panic, it punishes impatience. So right now, the 200-week EMA is at 68K, while Bitcoin is sitting down here at 64K. We are below. So this is DCA time. This is accumulation time. Again, going back to 2022, same thing happened. This is a continuation. And what we don't know is how long is this going to continue? And that is what we've been looking at. Mustache says, look, there's time to be vigilant. That window of opportunity is coming to close. And a lot of people have been looking at the bullish divergence where price goes down, but RSI actually is going up. In other words, when you have that second so-called crash, the price of Bitcoin drops below the June low, and this happened in the November timeframe of 2022 with a lower price, but the RSI did not come back to the low. That was the bullish divergence, and then from there, Bitcoin started grinding higher in the next bull market. Are we in this same position now? Now, he's going back to the February low, and then comparing June to February. Well, I think there's another low to come. And I think that's premature to say that that is the bullish divergence from where we go higher because of the calendar and that we are still in July. We have the rest of the summer to go. This is not the time, I believe, for a bull market to begin. That's not happening in July. I think that this is going to grind sideways and we're going to see low prices continue. On the NASDAQ, is this the beginning of the end? So here's a diamond pattern on the NASDAQ. We know that the tech-heavy, AI-fueled stock run that we've had, where crypto didn't follow the stocks, is a totally overbought condition, and that we could see the NASDAQ turn around, start to drop down, and money would then rotate maybe into crypto. I think this is probably a good possibility. I think it's going to take a while to play out, and maybe in the fall we see stocks really start to get challenged. We've seen crashes before, like the famous October crash, that Black Monday that we had. We could see that kind of thing happen, which probably wouldn't be good for crypto. You're not going to be having a big crash in the stock market and crypto going up. Rotations take time for all of that to play out. So we have to be ready to be patient and wait that out. Meanwhile, on total 2 market cap, we're looking at what happened from a altcoin point of view. We did have the big rise in the 2021. We had the big alt season there. We bottomed out in 2022. And since then, alts totally have been grinding upwards. We see this rising support line, and we are now touching that on alts. So interesting that total 2 in 2024, 2025 didn't really get much significantly higher than 2021 for alts. So again, 2025 bull market was primarily more a Bitcoin move, not so much for alts. So we'll be watching this and seeing how this shapes out as we're bottoming in alts in this bear market. For Dogecoin, can Dogecoin hold 7 cents? Will the bears extend the sell-off down to 6.5 cents? Dogecoin holding near the 7-cent support level after breaking above a short-term downtrend. A loss of support could send Doge toward the 6.7 to 6.5 range, while a move above if we get to 7.5 to 7.9, may strengthen the recovery case. What we're looking, as we zoom out a little bit to the daily, we look at Doge, and Doge had been grinding downwards, bear market stuff. Again, we had the lows in just below 8 cents in early June, but by late June, we failed 8 cents and have been in the 7s since. So we have been looking at 4 weeks now of Dogecoin settling between 7 and 8 cents. There's no looking at the daily chart of Dogecoin and saying that the bull market is starting any time soon. Even if we zoom out to the weekly, we see the same thing happen, where since the May run up to 11.5 cents, Dogecoin has settled down, and you can see that even the weekly volume is ticking down. And look at the price movement the past couple weeks here in July. It's just hardly any price movement at all. And I still have my yellow box out here from 6.7 cents down to 6. And I still expect Dogecoin to capitulate and come down and visit this box. That's what I am patiently waiting for. The bears remain in control. That's where I am as well. Doge continues to face resistance, and the derivatives data, MVRV, EMA resistance, even the ETFs, there's no buying of Dogecoin ETFs this summer. I believe, as I've been saying, the ETFs will take off once the Dogecoin price takes off and there's better sentiment within Dogecoin. So the TLDR, I'll do it here at the end of this video. Why is Dogecoin price under pressure? Well, it remains near yearly lows, trades below key moving averages, weak derivatives data, limited ETF activity, low market confidence continues to weigh on Doge. Interesting, the long to short ratio is 0.72. That means short positions outnumber long, suggesting traders are expecting further downside rather than a quick recovery. I don't really do MVRV ratios that much, but if it's at 0.8, historically stressed valuation zone, these are still accumulation phases that we're in. DCA, we talk about a lot. Again, we'll talk more during our next video. Make sure that you join in and ask any questions you got in the videos. Always good stuff. Resistance levels, again, above 7.65, move back up above 8 cents, would signal improving momentum. I just don't see that happening anytime soon. And the 100-day EMA is all the way up at 8.9 cents. Price I don't think we're going to be seeing until maybe late September at the earliest. And if Dogecoin falls below 7.1, again, that's just the quadruple bottom, 7.1 that we've now seen. Well, that could weaken Doge's short-term structure, expose Doge to further downside toward 6.5 cent support. So that's where we are with Dogecoin right now, my friends. Make sure that you are subscribed, you got your notifications on. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time.